Hello YouTube, it's your girl Corinne, and I'm driving down the road in Mexico. Look at this beautiful view. Oh wow. Okay, and I'm going to bring you a video about the culture of Mexico. I think having been in Mexico for 6 weeks makes me qualified enough to talk about the culture. Okay, so first off, it's really hot here, and they measure their temperatures in Celsius. Up north is the desert, and so it's really hot during the day and then cold at night. And then, like, once you get to the beach areas, you'll notice that the Mexicans are so modest, like, nobody goes swimming in a bathing suit. You'll see a lot of people swimming in their clothes. And it's also really noisy and loud in Mexico. People leave their dogs outside all day long. They don't treat them very well. They don't bring their dogs in. They're just pretty much acting as guard dogs. Dogs don't have a leash, and you know, there's a lot of stray dogs around too. And people also have like chickens for pets, so you'll get waken up in the morning by a rooster, sound of a rooster. And the Mexicans are very hardworking. They're hustlers. Everybody's selling something on every street corner, on every speed bump. You'll see people selling some homemade food, cookies, and burritos, or something that they bought for the store that they're reselling. And it's good, you know, that way you get to taste Mexico. But at the same time, they're always trying to like suck money out of you, and you have to really hold on to your wallet if you don't want to spend anything. Like, there will also be people trying to wash your windows at every intersection. I'm pretty sure I get my windshield washed like 5 times a day, even though I tell them not to. They just do it anyway. And there's only one gas station, and that's Pemex, and that's where they allow people to park overnight. The bathrooms are usually locked. You usually gotta pay for a lot of bathrooms, especially at the parks. And there's also a lot of security around. Because Mexico tries to have a good economy by giving people a lot of jobs. So there's a lot of jobs that are filled. And so, but there's really no need for all these security guards. You just have a bunch of people standing around at each register. And also, Mexicans really care about their family, and they usually have a lot of family. Couples usually have about 4 or 5 kids, and it's really not uncommon to see a truckload of people. Like, people really are allowed to ride in the back of a pickup truck, and sometimes they even stand up while the truck is driving. I know the police do. And so yeah, so since Mexicans really value the family a lot, it makes them really hardworking. That's why they're always out hustling, trying to sell you stuff so they can feed their family. And they're really sweet, friendly, generous people. They don't have much, but they will offer you what they have. Sometimes they just invite you over for dinner, like a complete stranger, and they're trusting. And it's not dangerous in Mexico. It's actually very safe because guns are illegal, so there's not many guns, and there's mostly men outside. The women stay indoors for some reason, and some kids don't even go to school. They're out, you know, selling stuff at an early age, selling their cookies at the speed bump. Yeah, you see people putting their kids out on the street to sell stuff. Let's see if I'm forgetting anything about the culture in Mexico. Yeah, when you see kids playing in the park, they're not playing basketball. It's usually soccer is what they're playing, and it's not unusual to see people driving tractors and four-wheelers and dirt bikes in the street. Cops don't usually pull people over on the highway. And yeah, I did hear something about cops bribing everybody. Oh shit. Yeah, they bribe. Not only the Americans, they bribe everybody. That's how they make their living. Let's see, anything else about Mexico? Let me think some more and I'll get back to you. Okay, I remember some more things now. So like I said in the beginning of the video, Mexico is a really loud place. And the reason I say this is because there's like not as many laws here. It's not necessarily a lawless place, but it's definitely a little more lax. Like you'll see people like blasting music in the street. They just find any outlet available and they plug in their speakers and try to attract more people to their food stand. There's a lot of food vendors everywhere, street food, and it's really cheap. A lot of things are cheaper in Mexico. Food is really cheap, and instead of going to like supermarkets like Walmart, there's not that many chains. Instead, people go to something called a mercado, which is like just an outdoor market. They sell their fruits and vegetables, fresh produce and cheese, and it's a really lively place. And also the traveling hippie community, they're called Malabaristas, and so they travel around, you know, hitchhiking and stuff, and they stop in the middle of the street and juggle and ride unicycles at the stoplight at the intersection, and then they collect their money. And you even see little kids doing this, juggling in front of a bunch of cars at the intersection. People are always trying to get money out of you. And yeah, so there's like a big circus presence in Mexico. It's awesome. And oh man, I forgot. Oh yeah, the language. Not many people speak English. The Mexicans know about as much English as Americans know Spanish, which is just like a few words that they remember from a high school language class or whatever. But they're really nice and friendly about it. Like if they see you struggling to speak Spanish, they'll use some of those few words of English that they know. They're not stuck up thinking, oh, you come to our country, you need to learn Spanish. And some of them just have no boundaries. Like the men can be very, very rude and harassing. Like you'll see truckloads of men drive by and shouting, "Hey, hermosa, señorita," and whistling catcalls. People spend a lot of time with their friends and family in the parks, and the government puts a lot of effort and care into making the parks look beautiful. They're called squares or plazas, and everybody just hangs out in them all the time. Okay, yeah, that's all I have to say about Mexico for now. It's a really different place. And so if you want to hear more about cultures, then definitely subscribe. Peace out.